I think he's my favourite one so far. The size and the colour. Partly just those little you're very pretty.
You see that down here? It's the fastest bird, 342 miles an hour. Incredible.
It's terrible. The falcons.
Well, there's me.
You'll find you feel it in the air right now, but if you look at the trees, there's hardly any wind or anything helping her out. So she's really pumping them wings. She's trying to find it, and she's doing something called waiting on. Now, Jake's going to start swinging a lure. It's a leather pack, and it's got Poppy's dinner tied to it. The most natural way to fly a falcon. This bird is stooping at 180 miles an hour as a maximum stoop. They're an incredibly fast bird. The one thing you've got to think, if we fly this bird how we would all the others to the glove, we're going to seriously hurt our hand, and we're going to seriously hurt Poppy on impact. Because you've got to think, vertical stoop, 180 miles an hour, you're going to seriously hurt yourself if you try and catch her. She ranges off hundreds of miles, and she's thousands of feet in the air. We can track her on Google Maps and know where she is. She's really, really working him now, and this falcon's doing so well. They started using techniques of the peregrines. It's incredible how many things. Falcons are just absolutely awesome. You'll see every single feather on that bird is absolutely immaculate, because for falcons, they're athletes. They're working so hard, but if one feather is out of place or not in good condition, it's going to ruin her performance in some way. So she is an immaculate little falcon, and I think she's an absolutely fantastic job. Joey, what are you looking at? Come on! Thank you! Now I see every time. So he can hear his prey's heartbeat from about 8 foot away. So you've got to think that when Gerald is listening out to absolutely anything, he can hear all your hearts beating, but also if there's a mouse underneath him. I'm interested in something. Now we have actually got a minute. A wild. Now, believe it or not, they've got over 3,500 feathers on their body. So if you took all this owl's feathers away from his head would actually be under the size of a tennis ball. I'm going to ruin something for you, because be it better than me, we go to the same fish markets as the restaurants do in Manchester, and we get there at 5 in the morning and get first pick on your rainbow trout, your red snapper, sardines, Alaskan salmon, and then the restaurants get there 2 hours later and get second best off the birds. 5 years old now, and he's been in our team for the past 5 years, and he's just cool. Now you see all the different colorations all over him. This bird gets the name the Argentinian redback hawk. Now he's going to do a bit of showing off for us. Look at that. Now you see every feather is just stunning on him. He's got the gorgeous white front, the grey backs. First show I was in, we let all the hawks out. And it's a massive stadium, seats thousands of people. And I thought people were just enjoying themselves, but it turns out it was Lance in the audience battering people. So I had to go in and get him, and they said to me, we can't deal with him, whereas you'll work with him and get him working in the shows. Can you fly him? He's absolutely fantastic. 8 times better eyesight than yours and mine. He's a bird that will be catching things out the air. You'll see how that hawk's got that stunning fanned-out tail. That fanned-out tail is what helps him manoeuvre. Right, he's in position. Oh, you got it! Saved it, Lance. Well done. So a lot of your hawks have got an intelligence of about a 3-year-old child. Definitely not our cleverest. Our ravens have got the intelligence of a 6-year-old child, but the birds are so good. A lot of people come into the centre and think just because the birds are in captivity that they're not going to have natural instinct. It's a lot of rubbish. That's something you're never going to train out a bird. They're always going to have that natural instinct. If he wants to go and hunt, he'll go and hunt. If he wants to protect his food like he would, he'll protect his food, because it's programmed into them. You're going to have a serious amount of competition. For thousands of years, every animal within the animal kingdom has always known that they follow the circling vultures to lead them to a meal. We always think, Robin's had his signal, he's going to go off and start the signal. We're going to play a piece of music. If you can remain seated through this bit, that would be absolutely fantastic. We should have music.
Today, barely a few thousand of these majestic birds survive. In just over a decade, over 99% of vultures in the Indian subcontinent have disappeared. The population has crashed to levels so low that it may never fully recover.
Without them, it can increase in the spread of diseases, things like botulism, anthrax, and rabies.
All you need is for one poisoned rhino, or one poisoned elephant, and you wipe out 600 vultures. However, during breeding season, it's not only the 600 vultures that consume that carcass, it's potentially beasts as well.
Wow.
So you're looking at 1,200 birds and one
Tail
poisoned.
feathers.
Conservation only
So you
works
can
in
tell
the
that it's the red kite
You don't
rather
protect
than
it.
the triangle tail feathers.
The result of East African vulture decline is starkly obvious. 70% of the dead animals. Without them, the meat will just rot. Diseases will increase, as will scavengers such as jackals and hyenas. This will in turn throw one of the world's most important ecosystems out of balance.
This ecosystem can only be created once you start with that first step, which is the vulture. Because once the vulture starts to signal and circuit, you're then joined by your kites, your storks, your pelicans, your marabous, and everything else that comes and joins on land. But without that first signal, which is that vulture, every single bird that you see on the sky or hear right now doesn't have that signal to follow. Which is why every single vulture is the glue that holds the whole ecosystem together, and they are just vital. And once we lose that circle and vulture, this thing won't be able to be seen anymore. It's becoming a rarer sight to see through Africa every single day, and I think it's one of the most incredible things you could ever see. But it does leave me to say that I do hope you have enjoyed your day here at Gauntlet and you've been inspired by the show the birds have put on for you. Please do go ahead and talk about vultures and change your opinion. But it leaves me to say thank you for being such a lovely audience and putting up with my voice, and a safe journey home. Thank you.